Whiskey friends. Thanks for joining everybody for another Whiskey Wednesday. Quite a beautiful Whiskey Wednesday, I must say. Out here on the porch doing my favorite thing, drinking whiskey with some whiskey friends. So today we do have Lance, the Whiskey Tornado, backstage to go through a blind flight curated by myself and by Katie Turk. We'll see how nice or devilish we were to our panel, and we'll see if they're able to navigate this blind flight. We're going to do our team game. So Lance is going to be on a team with Kelsey and Darrell, my frenemy. But we'll get into that in just a moment. Thank you for joining today, Whiskey friends. Let's kick off the show. All right, we got people coming in. Let's get Kelsey on here first. Kelsey, how you doing today, buddy?
Doing well, man. I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun doing these flights together, trying to figure out stuff. And I know that, like I said, we were talking backstage, and I'm just saying he has a very mischievous laugh when we were talking about this flight. So I'm a little scared, but between the three of us, I have no doubt we'll figure out what stuff is and how good it is. So it's going to be fun, but I am excited for our first time getting to hang out with Lance. Looking forward to hanging out in person sometime soon, but for now we'll settle for video. So cheers to you guys.
All right. Well, let's bring in Darrell. Darrell and I will be on barely speaking terms for about another week and a half as we prep for the finals in Dusty Dan's tournament. This has been going on since like January or February, but in the end, Darrell and I started on two different sides of the bracket, and now it's come together and we're going to meet each other in the finals. Darrell's partner is Major Zero. My partner is Trev, the Bourbon Wrench. So Darrell, who do you think is going to win in a week and a half's time? I was going to say bold words, but he didn't say anything.
I got to stay confident, man. I've been doing pretty well with some blinds, so it should be fun nonetheless. So either way, we're all winners. Made it pretty far, but we'll see what happens. It's on my birthday too, so what better present to myself other than to kick you guys' butt?
I know. I'm going to feel that bad when I beat your butt on your birthday. But no, I think it is funny though. We go through this whole thing for 6 weeks just to turn it into another Whiskey Wednesday just on Monday.
Yeah.
6 months. All right. Well, let's bring in Lance, the Whiskey Tornado. Lance, how excited are you for this blind flight?
Guys, I can't wait. Thanks for having me on. I'm so excited to just hang out, drink some whiskey with you guys. I couldn't be more excited to be here. Jeff, I will say I have an idea for you for a video in the future. Have you seen the Ron Swanson where he's just sitting by the fireplace drinking for an hour? You should do that in a hammock out on your back porch.
Just that for an hour?
For an hour,
We should do that with a Mr. Rogers themed where he goes and takes his shoes off and switches his, all that, play into that and do it as an intro video.
I love it. I love it.
Then I just take a nap. I'll think about that, Lance. Maybe I'll put that on there.
Yeah, but thanks for having me, guys. I'm super excited. I told you backstage when you guys started a channel, I was so excited because you all just seem like the nicest guys. I can't wait to meet you in person. I met Jeff in person. We did a dark arts pick together, but you guys just seem like amazing people. I'm super excited to be here tonight.
We're glad to have you, buddy.
Glad to have you.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we say hi to some people here?
Some crazy stuff, so we'll see.
Crazy stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. These are very typical whiskeys.
All right, we've got the Norseman coming in first today.
Speaking of Jason here, I forever have this image of him licking a bung stuck in my mind, and it's never going to go away, and I'm going to give it no other context.
So the context is Monday night, I have a group of guys that are local. I'm very blessed to have a group of guys locally that I hang out with every single Monday night. All we do is meet up, talk about bourbon, smoke cigars. Well, Sam, my best friend, Sam has a barrel, like a small 291 barrel that we put very old Barton in almost a year ago. And so we pulled the bong and tasted it, pulled some sample out to taste it, and that's what that's from. But his nickname now from Evermore will be Tossed Salad instead of Tater Salad, because it was just it was a crazy fun night. It was so much fun. So
it looked like it. I think I saw that picture hop on my feed about a dozen times. I was like, how do so many people have this picture?
Oh, Ricky Bobby was last tonight. Top dog. Sorry, buddy. Doug H., our Louisiana buddy. Cheers to you, man. Good to see you in here. Roy R. Does Cocktails is back. Cheers to you, man. Sugar Kitty, cheers to you. And everybody, make sure you hit the lick the like and like the lick, according to Jason and Top Dog and Sugar Kitty. So John Kranz is in the house. Mark B., cheers, man. The luckiest man alive. If you have not bought a freaking lottery ticket, you have better go buy one, dude. That is the luckiest guy I've ever seen. He wins so much stuff all the time. Russ L. is in here. Cheers to you, Russ L. Stu must have heard us talking about him. Cheers, Stu. Hope your ears are not too red from us talking about you.
He's back to Wise Guy Stu account, too.
Yeah. Dana is in the house. Cheers to you, Miss Whack. Good to see you again. Aaron is in the house. Aaron Pierce. Let's see who else. Bourbon Hunter is in here tonight. Cheers to you.
Yeah, cheers.
Mark is in the house as well. Stacy from Four Leaf Whiskey is in the house. Stacy, hopefully your shelves are still alive after putting all that whiskey on top of it. But I love the new setup, by the way. JG, I don't know if I've said your name already, but cheers to you. As always, good to see you in here. Mr. Mom 310 is in the house. Peter B is here. Good to see you as well. Jason Kobe. I don't know that I know that name. Cheers to you.
I haven't seen that one either.
Thanks for joining.
Cheers to you.
Let's see who else is in here. Paul P. It's good to see you. Gus the Fuss is in here. Cheers. Cheers to you. Chill Will Rocco is on here. Cheers to you. We're getting close to being caught up here. Happy anniversary to Hendo, by the way. If you're in the chat, I'm sure you're probably out with your wife, or at least you should be on your
I hope
anniversary.
he's not spending his anniversary with us.
See, I think we're caught up. JG's starting us off tonight. Flights. Heck yeah. So we are going to be doing super chats. As you can see, it's rolling right across the bottom of our screens, what everybody is going to be doing. So make sure you get in on that. Cheers to Gary. Good to see you in here, Gary. Gary, we need to have you on for like a comedy night. Only comedy that Gary can do, because not everybody can pull it off. And Gary does very good stuff. If you've never checked out his channel, go to the World's Worst Bourbon channel, and you will see some amazing content. I promise you.
If we have Gary on, we're going to do a flight, and then we're going to have a math contest. So tonight we're going to have 4 super chat winners. I'm going to throw an extra bonus in there. But my first flight is going to be a Bardstown themed flight featuring this new release, the Amroot. Really, really good one here. I cannot hype this one enough, especially if you like bourbon, single malts, rye, all the above. You're going to love that blend. Whiskey of the year contender for me personally.
I need to get that one.
Cheese.
You really do. Get it while you can, because everyone's raving about it.
I gotta try
and
that.
then I'm going to throw another one in, and it'll be for Barrels for Hope picks. I'll throw 4 samples of there for some of my favorite picks from Barrels from Hope. We can talk about that a little bit too, Lance. But love the picks, love what they're doing as a group, and I'll share it. If whoever wins that is a part of Barrels for Hope, we'll coordinate on some other samples. I'll hook you up.
Jason is in for one. All right, here we go.
Mark B's in it to win it.
Uh-oh. Y'all should just stop now.
Kelsey, why don't you go over yours, and then Darrell?
So I'm doing a flight of Buzzard's Roost. We're going to do a couple different cigar ryes, and then a toasted bourbon and a French oak bourbon as well. If you guys aren't familiar with what Buzzard's Roost is, they're taking MGP distillate and basically making their own barrels and doing a high toast on all their barrels. And just really, really good whiskey. I mean, it's really different as far as the mouthfeel goes. The toasting provides a little bit more viscosity and wood sugars, which brings out some different flavors than your typical MGP distillate. So I think if you like MGP, you're gonna like this. It's really different.
I've had some samples, and it is good stuff.
Yeah, they do some wild stuff. Like this cigar ryes are probably my favorite stuff because it's so different than like anything that's really on the market now. Yes, really, really good. As for me, guys, though, I'm gonna throw a wheated bourbon theme at you guys for a flight. So I'm gonna do the original Old Fitz 13, not the newest. Very, very special. This one's probably from 2018, I think, maybe. But it's the Green Label 13. May throw a couple Weller Full Proofs in there, and I have a New Holland Old Whip wheat whiskey hazmat that is stellar.
Absolutely killer.
Stellar. So if
my God,
you win that and you haven't had it, oh my God, it's probably one of the best things I had. Actually, probably one of the best things I own. That thing is crazy. So it'll be a fun flight, but all wheated, either wheated bourbon or wheat whiskey.
So each $5 super chat gets you 1 entry in the contest here, and I'll be keeping track here behind the scenes.
Cool beans.
All right. Well, that is all the logistics. Why don't we have some fun? What do you say, Lance?
Samples
Heck yeah, man. I'm ready.
I don't know which one's darker than the other. These are all pretty darn dark.
I know the first one smells amazing.
I was telling him that I poured it and I smelled it from a distance. I'm like, what the heck? It wasn't even near my nose.
We're going to go through this. I want everyone, they're going to work together, but we want to guess age, proof, type, if it's finished, yes or no, state, distillery, and bottle. So we're walking through the whole gamut there. What I'm really interested in, though, in the end is also going to be your ranking, favorite to least favorite.
Okay.
Did you say you put this together, Jeff? Because I've seen you do some pretty crazy things.
I put this together.
You had Katie's
in
help,
collaboration with Katie Turk.
Okay.
So
oh boy.
I was held back from being as mischievous as I could have been.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I could be drinking with you.
Guys.
Got it all poured out.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Cheers to everybody out there too. Thanks.
Man, that nose is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this smells like kind of what I was drinking. I was drinking a Michter's 2017 toasted barrel strength rye.
Oh,
it's got those kind of similar toasted marshmallow and.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
Funny you would say that because this is the Michter's 25.
If you had a Michter's 25, I'm driving up to your house and we're drinking it together.
The first whiskey festival we put on, we had a Michter's 20 there, and I don't know why no one was going to it. I had like 5 pours of it. I thought I was in heaven. Just kept going back.
Yeah, it's a really good bottle. Oh man,
it smells super familiar too.
It tasted familiar, but then it kind of like tapered off relatively quick.
Yeah, I agree, Darrell. It was
nice flavor. It just doesn't sit as long as I thought it would have coming from the nose. Like the nose is pretty potent.
Ooh, it does fall off fast.
Mm-hmm.
getting just a tiny bit on the finish of like rye spice. And it's not like all in one spot. It's like in different spots on different parts of my tongue. It's weird. It's different in how it presents itself. You guys getting a little bit more cherry towards the.
I got a lot of cherry on the nose. In fact, it was reminding me of the old Bardstown Discovery series on the nose, but then when I tasted it, I don't know that that's.
Does this remind you of Kelvin 60 at all, Kelsey or Lance? If you had that bottle,
man, I haven't tasted it in probably 4 months. I'm not sure if I remember that or not.
I'm getting a double barrel vibe.
A long time.
Like
well, I mean, it does give me a finished vibe as far as the barreling part of it.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yep.
It is like a little drying towards the end. I think I remember the Kelvin 60 having way more of a finish than this does, though.
Actually, yeah, you're right. You're right. It did, and that was like a 120 something proof. This doesn't seem like it's that high.
I would say 110, 112, maybe even if
I wrote 115 max. I was thinking.
Yeah, I wrote down 107, so I'm around there with you guys.
I need.
Well, I know. Major Zero's here, not here to support me. I will say that.
It's my partner in crime over there. We're gonna kick some butt.
Going down, buddy. You're going down.
Also, speaking of Major Zero, we do need to get him on here too, really soon. So we need to reach out Major Zero and get a time set for you to jump on.
Depends on what happens in a week and a half. I'll think about that.
Hey, you never know. It could be to congratulate and rub it in your face.
No,
I don't know.
Yeah. I need
That's
that.
funny.
Well, do you guys want to collaborate on any of your guesses?
I need a different control pour, so I can kind of gauge proof a bit better.
You've been going to that Russell's as your control pour
You
lately.
want to say hi while you got a big bread of Nutella in your hands? Just got a slice of bread with like a pound of Nutella on
I
it.
want to know if she still has her boots on.
She doesn't. She was walking around all day with them today, though.
I know, Mark. I know. I've been on a barrel pick with him. His smile doesn't fool me.
I'm guessing like Lance. Like I think this is a blend. I mean I'm getting a few different notes from a few different distilleries, but I can't. The only one that I can nail down for sure is I definitely think that there's some MGP here, but I'm also getting like some. I don't know, some sort of like candied, almost like a roasted, like honey roasted peanut, but not like the peanut part of it, just the honey roasted part of it. I don't know.
There's a beautiful cherry note on it, though.
Oh, yeah. The cherries really come out a lot since we gotten more air.
So I took a sip of a Russell single barrel to get my proof point a little bit more in line because I was drinking something 120.
Whoa.
This drink's hotter than that.
Walker Hines.
Hines.
Thank you so
Cheers,
much.
buddy.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, buddy.
Thanks for that.
Appreciate
Getting
that.
it to win it, man. That's 10 entries.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this definitely drank hotter than that 110 for me from that Russell's.
Yeah, what's weird though is it's even though it drinks right around 112 to 115, it's still not. To me, I'm with Lance. Like I still don't think it's that hot either. I mean, it drinks more like lower proof as far as the way that comes across your palate.
And it makes me wonder if there's rye, some rye in this as well, and that spice might be rye and not proof. But
I'm thinking probably the same too because it tapers off too quick. Like I said, I'm max probably 115 proof, but like all the flavors up front and on the mid. Then as soon as it gets to the back of the palate, like it just dissipates pretty quick. Not bad flavor though. Like it tastes good.
Right.
It leaves me wanting a little bit more. So like I'm subject to drinking more than I want because I got to take another sip to try to get those flavors back.
Yeah, that's exactly my thought, Darrell, is like I need to go back to it like really quick. It just doesn't hang around long enough for me to pick stuff out.
It's really opening up more now for me, like going more vanilla. And It's changing a little bit on the nose. The palate's staying the same, but the nose is just fantastic on this.
I'm getting like a heavy toast, a heavy char.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was like a, I don't know, like a chocolatey note on the back end that I was picking up that I wondered if it was from being toasted or.
So let's see if we can maybe hone in.
Let's
If I
let's
was to
get
think
some
of
guesses
state,
in.
I'm thinking like Kentucky or even a blend, like Kentucky, maybe MGP. I don't think it's anywhere outside of those two.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
I would say finish because I do think it's like some type of toasted barrel or double barrel. Like it doesn't taste like a wine finish per se, like rum or anything like that.
No.
No.
I
It
agree with
does
you on
just give
that.
me vibes of like a heavy char. Would that even be considered? No, right? A heavy char
It would be a
wouldn't
double
finish.
barreled, but it would be like, to me, I don't even think a heavy char would come across this way. I think it has to be double barreled to some extent.
Okay.
Whether
That's
it's
the vibe I'm
roasted
getting.
or whatever, but it's definitely been in two different barrels.
We're
For
thinking
me,
bourbon, right?
yeah, definitely bourbon.
I don't think this is anything
Yeah.
outside of that, unless it's blended.
You want to shoot for the middle and do 112 on the proof?
Yeah, that's fine. Like
That's
it's
fine.
a little bit higher for me, but I think it's in that range.
So bourbon 112. We said a blend. So how are we going to do that, Jeff? Do we do Kentucky, Indiana blend? How do you want to do that?
Just say one of the states. If it's a blend and you get one of them, you win. If it's not a blend, you're just going for
Which one do you want to
state.
say, guys? Kentucky or Indiana? Which one do you
Kentucky.
feel strong? Kentucky?
It covers more.
Okay.
Yeah, Kentucky.
All right. And then
Finished?
what else
Did
we
you
got?
say yes? Did you
We
circle
said
one yes?
finished
Okay.
because it's double barreled. We think that there's some toast or char going on. The
then
hard
what do you got
part
on
is going
age?
down the age. Yeah. I would say 6 to 8.
I had
I was
8
thinking
written
like-
down.
Yeah,
but
I
I
was
don't know if
7
that's
to 8. Meet in the middle at like 7.
Let's just do 7. Yeah.
yeah.
So
And
7
then
here.
do you have a distillery and or bottle guess? Mark, you traitor. I remember that. Jeez.
I'll be Team Whack and Trev. I'll fill out the bill here.
Hey.
Come on.
Shit, distillery and bottle.
And it
I don't
tastes
really have-
familiar, but I definitely can't pin it down, which makes me think Bardstown is a good guess.
No, I agree with you, Lance. I totally agree with that. This does remind me a little bit of 3 and 4. But yeah, I think go Bardstown and go Discovery Series. I mean, do you need to know what one?
Nope, that's enough.
I think
That's
it's
good enough for me. You don't have to worry about the batch.
Well, that lasted
He's like, you got it wrong. You don't even have to worry about the batch.
Even if you had it right, it's like, geez, now we're really splitting hairs. We don't have to go that far.
they're really, really good, though. I mean, I really like that a lot, which makes me
All
think
right.
even more. It's a blend.
We're starting out fun. All right, I got your answers for A. Why don't we head into B?
All right. Ooh, that's different.
Don't you give it? You're supposed to give us what our points are per sample, so we know what we got.
Oh, I will tell you on this one, you scored 6 points.
Of a possible how many?
And you left You left 7 to me.
Oh no.
Oh,
So
wow.
you're batting about 45% on that.
Oh,
not
no.
good.
Or pour.
Cheers,
smell-
Mr. Ritter.
This smells like a rye. And I haven't tasted it yet.
Oh, geez, right off the nose. Holy crap, yeah.
It's really citrusy.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Cheers, everybody.
that.
And thank you, everybody, so far who's contributed to the.
Cheers, man. Gus the Fuss is in. Cheers, man.
Ooh,
Thank
Gus
you
the
so
Fuss.
much. 2 for Whiskey Nose, who sent me to your channel. Thank you, Marty Party.
Marty. All right, I'll put those in for Marty. Thank you, Gus.
That's
We
a
know where to
beautiful
find
pour.
that guy.
Definitely rye.
Yeah, definitely rye.
It's balanced, though, which makes me think it's like a higher aged rye versus, some of those 4 or 5 year ones.
Yeah, it's got a good viscosity to it.
Is it the age or is it the barrel influence of what this is? This tastes more like comes across crafty to me on the rye side.
Interesting.
I'm not getting like crafty. Like it tastes like a balanced, like decently high aged rye for me.
And it's drying the back of my palate out pretty quickly. So
and this comes across like 95.5.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Okay. Cheers, Todd. Hopefully you're still on a boat. He's on a boat. He's on a boat.
Yeah, this definitely comes across 95.5 rye.
Mm-hmm.
It's got those like Sprite kind of citrusy notes to it.
So the second sip is way different for me. I guess maybe either the water or what I was tasting before, but it does dry out towards the finish for me.
Yeah, it's doing that for me as well.
A little tannin on the finish as well. Like it's a long finish.
Yeah,
it has a better finish than the first one, but it doesn't really seem like the proof point's that much higher than the first one.
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
Look how people can see how oily this one is. I mean, it was just.
I wonder if this would be like one. I don't know if I tasted it when I was at the Turks with this guy, but that OKI, that 11-year that he picked up.
Ooh, I tasted it, but I didn't like sit down with it, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't know if I tasted it, but that was dark like this, and like the 11-year we got, that thing is crazy. Like it has similar like barrel notes, and
it coming across with like a baker's chocolate on the nose and the palate for me.
Yeah. So this tastes very similar to me. It tastes a lot like the Smoke Wagon Experimental Rye series.
Oh, don't tell Jeff.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing about. I don't know if you ever saw Jeff's video on tasting one of those, but we'll have to play it for you.
The experimental.
One of them, yes. I think it was E.
It was so funny. I thought he was gonna cry. It hit him so wrong. We call it the dirt pickle whiskey.
Really?
There's something that happens to me now. It's more recent here, in the last year and a half, where if I get a really dilly rye, my taste buds just go crazy, and I'm just like, nope. I just don't want anything to do with it.
That's funny.
And they caught me in a moment. I didn't even know Darrell was filming me, but Darrell always makes fun of my frown because it was so exaggerated all the way down. It looked like it was CG.
I've never seen him that way before, too, at that point.
Well, one thing I get on a lot of older 95.5 MGP ryes, and it may just be my palate, but it when they start crossing that 10-year, so like the Cam's recent pick he did with what was the name of that distillery?
Oh, the
River Roots.
Yeah.
There's the Bella Bedford or whatever that one is. It's that older MGP. Sometimes I'll get that like peppermint oil kind of forest floor note. I'm not getting that in this. I am getting a little peppermint oil, but it just leads me to believe this is like around a 10-year-old 95.5 MGP rye.
I'm in that same boat. Like I said, I don't think I tasted the bottle that I'm referencing that Jeff has. But if I was to bottle guess, I would think it's that. Like it reminds me of like the 11-year rye stuff that MGP is putting out right now, 10, 11-year-old stuff, 115. Yeah. But I think that proof point on yours, Jeff, was high on that. Okay, I think it was like 120, which just doesn't drink like that. But
no, this drink's really nice. But
I think, I'm pretty certain it's freaking Indiana's MGP.
We can lock down the state, Indiana. We can lock down proof.
Distillery would be MGP,
distillery,
right?
And then proof. Are you guys thinking around the same as the previous, or you want to go higher on it?
I wrote down 115, but
that's exactly where I was. Okay. Yeah, right at 115.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
You said you just want to do 10 or you want to do 11?
We can say 10. I think it's I would love for this to be younger than that, and it tastes like this because that would be fantastic. But I think it's in that age, so we can go 10.
And I think kind of the drying out on the back of the palate lends to that being a little bit older.
Agreed.
I don't think it's finished. What do you guys think?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Unless it's in some really, light toasted thing that. But
anybody?
Bottle and distiller or bottle guess?
My only guess would be that OKI, but I think it's a higher proof, so I don't know. But I think it's some type of, like I said, 10, 11-year-old MGP single barrel.
Okay.
But the OKI would be the only guess I can think of.
All right. I'm good with going with that.
Okay. Better showing. 10 points.
You're not going to tell us what the points were? Like, what was the A? Like, we don't get any of this?
Not yet. There might have been a theme to this. So I'm trying to keep my cards a little close to my chest, but I'll let you kind of know how you're doing. You did give... You got 10, but you did give 6 to me. So we are at 16 you, 13 me. So it's still pretty close.
Shit.
All right, here we go.
You're leaving some points on the floor still.
Yeah, the color on this one.
this thing's dark, man.
Yeah.
C and D are really, really dark.
What do you think your favorite is between A and B too?
I think I like B over A.
I like A more than B, but I'm not a rye guy, so that's probably why I like A better.
Yeah, I'm with Darrell. I think I'm leaning towards B.
Ooh, shit! But the nose on
But
this.
C smells like right down the middle of my alley.
Yeah, C smells.
Oh, it gave me a little curl up
Back
my
to
back.
bourbon, I think over here. Holy crap!
To make your toes curl there, Jeff.
It did on the nose there. I was like, ooh, that hit the right spot. It's like when you get that back scratcher, you're like, oh, that's the spot.
53 in chat. Thanks so much for hanging out, guys. Again, we are doing super chats down there on the bottom is what we're giving away.
Oh,
3 blind flights.
Wow, that's
not what I was expecting.
Not at all. This I don't know if that's finished or what, but it took a left turn on me.
Whoa,
Did you put the dirty diaper in here?
No, it's not that.
It doesn't taste like Calvados.
Oh God, you know.
And he knew exactly what I was talking about.
Wait, have you seen?
If I did, it was because Katie told me to.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
The nose is nice, but the palate is such a different animal.
What the heck is that, dude? So this reminded me of something. So if I've had something like this, it's probably only one time because I got a note.
Ooh.
Whatever part of the weirdness that's on this palette, like reminded me of something, but I definitely probably don't. I know I don't own this.
Way higher proof than what we've been drinking.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta take another sip. I rinsed out with water prior, so
It definitely tastes finished.
Woo!
And it really zaps your palate on the back on the finish, man.
Yeah.
It's like I need to scrape
it's
my
like
tongue.
a lightning strike down the middle of my tongue towards the back. I do not like that. Woo!
Yeah, everyone, appreciate hitting that like button. And then we will have 4 super chat winners tonight. So just to recap, flight number 1 will be featuring the Bardstown Amroot, and then I'll put some other Bardstown pours in there.
And you can just send a third of the bottle to me, Jeff, just for tasting purposes, for science.
I already poured out your sample. I haven't drank all of this in just the last couple days. This is because I've been sampling it out. I've even already poured the sample for this.
Are you guys thinking rye on this too?
I don't know what I'm thinking. This tastes like a blend that somebody thought looked good on paper and then mixed 2 bottles and it didn't turn out the way it should have.
I totally agree with that.
This reminds me of just some funky rye.
There's something else in this that's just
exactly
weird.
Jay. He did it. He added the baby diaper trash to the flight tonight.
I would do that to you two. I would never do that to Lance.
Oh,
funny though.
yes, man.
Yeah, but you forget.
You do that to no matter who it is.
You forget. I love Bacta 1928, and that has Calvados in it.
See, that one's not bad though.
I love it.
Actually, no, I didn't have that. That's one of the newer ones.
Everyone else hates it. I think I'm the only one that likes it.
Somebody was talking about
that. Was interesting.
I can see where you're going on the rye side of it, Lance, though. like a finished rye. Big Vic.
All right,
Cheers,
Vic is
buddy.
in. Cheers, buddy.
What is that? There is something weird in this.
It's really different. The second sip and third sip have been a little bit more tameable, but it's just because my palate's acclimated to the trash.
It's almost like someone added gin to it or something.
Ooh, that's a good call out. I could see that.
Yeah, juniper type of
Yeah,
brightness.
that real. Yeah.
Ooh,
There's something
Lance.
funky in there.
Lance, buddy, cheers. I got something on the way to you too. Keep an eye out.
Good
And I
name,
am
man.
behind on my stuff, and I do apologize for those who are expecting things. I will get that out this weekend. I promise.
I've been getting some stuff out too. I know I sent some messages to those that I had numbers to, but yeah, be on the lookout. A couple things out. I think I just gotta send out maybe two more packages. So it gets a little.
I can see that being a finished rye. I don't. It's weird though. Like it has some bourbon aspects to it, but
Yeah, this brings me up a weird, like some weird rye. Like I don't think it's bourbon, but I could be.
love the nose compared to the palate, but do not like the palate.
I'll say my second and third sip was drastically better than the first sip I took.
Yeah, it was like a shock wave.
They're all my sips are awful. This is not good, man. It's making my butt pucker. Not good. I don't know what you did, Jeff, but don't do it again.
All right. Katie gets all the credit for this bottle. Katie's the one that put this one on the flight.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like burning up from laughing. My AC
I'm going to get on Katie because she usually is nice to me, but this is not nice.
I'm going to just go ahead and guess that that's my last place.
Yeah.
You know, Adam, the only one that I know of, a bourbon aged in gin barrels, is that batch 2 of 4-Gate. It was like Outer Orbits, and it was finished in gin, which is quite a bold move for a second release.
Yeah.
Well, and I can tell you that was probably the least favorite out of any 4-Gate that I've ever tasted. And I love 4-Gate, but that one was a little too far out for me even.
That's like when Parkes went with the damn orange curacao. I'm like, come on.
Oh,
Yeah, I did not like that bottle either. Yeah, this has just something herbal to it or something weird that I'm not a fan of.
Maybe that's what's in here. Would I do that to you again, Darrell, for like the third or fourth time?
Did you give it to me more than once? I remember the first time ever that was in there. I don't know if I had it since then. I just remembered messaging you and I was like, it comes across like a tequila or something finished. Like it was weird. I did not like that bottle.
I have certain bottles in my collection, Lance, that I keep off to the side. And I'm like, these are bottles that I will, on a yearly basis, they won't know when it happens, but I'll sneak it into the blinds.
I love it. Just to see if one day they love it.
Yeah, just that's it. Let's see if they're consistent.
Does this come across as a driftless rye to you guys?
No, it's too weird for it to be like a drift. Like I love everything driftless.
Yeah, I've never hated anything like I hate this from Driftless. So
it just has such a like. It's not a coffee note, but it's a bitter. I don't know. It's weird. Like I said, I'm starting to enjoy it, but it's still weird.
Yeah.
The first sip though threw me away threw me for a loop because the nose was fantastic.
Let's nail down a couple of things first. One,
this is probably going to be a Barrels for Hope bottle that I rated really high.
You know, I actually wouldn't do that to you. That's actually one thing that I don't do on blind flights is give people their own bottles because you just never know what's going to happen. That's always dangerous territory.
Bourbon or rye?
So Nosen, I think rye. Nosen does kind of remind me of Driftless. I don't know if it's because you said it, but the palate doesn't remind me of it though.
Okay, so we got a rye. What about age? What are you guys thinking about age? Yeah, I think it's relatively young.
Okay.
I'd go with 5 years. Proof-wise,
that might actually be Driftless.
I just know Katie, and I know somewhat of the way she thinks sometimes.
Dude, that might actually be Driftless. And I just had Driftless, and I bottle called it. But
Mark's catching on.
if they like it, Jeff did it. They hated it. It's okay. He did. Yeah.
Proof-wise, I think
maybe
it's probably around just
120.
under 120. Maybe.
I wrote down 120. So
Yeah,
that
I was right around there.
120. I think rye. I think it's just weird, but I don't think it's finished.
I agree with you, Darrell.
I would say it has to be finished just because it's
You
so
do?
awful. But
You think
I'm
finished?
fine saying not finished. I'm fine with whatever.
I think it's just something that the way that the whiskey. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. If it's driftless, like I'm thinking it's driftless, none of their stuff is ever finished.
Yeah.
Just weird and out there.
No, they finished. They have some finished stuff.
Do they?
Yeah, they did
Yeah,
like
they
did
do
like
have-
one or
they do
two,
have
like
some.
a wheat.
None that I've tasted, at least.
They have they actually have a VD. I've had a driftless that was finished in VDN.
Was it good?
It was all right.
Yeah.
It wasn't this bad.
So state, are you all in?
Jeez.
Do you want to hedge and say Indiana in case it's not?
I honestly think it's driftless.
Let's
Okay.
go. Let's say it's driftless. Let's go
All
for
right.
it.
Wisconsin, driftless. And then I don't know what the fuck bottle you want to call it.
Driftless single barrel.
Well, you already called it. You called it.
No, I'm
driftless.
saying a driftless single barrel, but I like specific.
You don't gotta. We can't get specific on a single barrels. So there's always so many of them.
Well,
Are we missing anything, Jeff?
you guys,
no.
no, you got all the answers in, and you got
They're
every
all
single
wrong.
one right. So you guys are a-holes.
Oh,
What did we get right?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 18 points.
Wait,
nice.
What did you say we got right though? Was it the bottle?
Everything.
Everything.
I told you I thought the way that Katie thinks.
Good
And
call,
not
guys.
just like you were close on age and proof. Everything exact.
5-year, 120 proof, rye, not finished, driftless single barrel. Like, dude, when you said it, like it took me down that road of a driftless that I have, but
No.
It didn't hit me that way. Yeah, it didn't hit me that way right off the rip.
which
but,
one is that though, Jeff? Is it just a random one?
Okay.
Oh, that's okay. I don't have that one. That's
Yeah,
why.
I tasted that one before.
That's why.
But the longer that it sat,
Never mind. I love that bottle. That bottle's great.
It's
the
the
longer
have
order.
it sat, the more
order
it
of things
reminded me of
influence
that. That's
it.
where I came across like that craftiness earlier.
Yeah.
But the barrel influence on this one was where I picked up that stuff.
Well, and the
I'm
thing
surprised
is,
that one hit you guys wrong, but it's interesting.
Yeah,
The first
I-
note threw me off, then I liked it progressively more each time. It's just still weird. It doesn't remind me of like any of like the regular driftless rye, because those hit me like from start to finish in a
Yeah.
good way. Like
Phew.
this kind of rubbed me a little wrong at first.
I think a lot of it's where it is in this flight. That just
I
like
agree, Lance. Agree.
if I had that just stand alone, it may have not hit me like it did. But
Agree.
it
Man,
just
I'll have
tasted
to-
young and not very good, and like it tasted real herbal or something weird with it. But
I'll have to
Well,
go
we
back to the
headshotted that,
tape
guys.
here, but I don't know if you guys have scored this many points since Marty, like a year ago. Like
I'm just saying it's
you
Lance.
guys already got
not
34
me.
points.
How
34
much?
points, and we still got a
34?
sample to go. 18 points on that one. You guys completely headshotted that. That's crazy.
The color on that driftless is crazy. Though.
Good.
That was really
Yeah.
Good
good.
job as a
Yeah, it's
team. There. You
crazy.
each contributed through that there. You
Yeah,
got
as soon
Lance
as
on
you
the
said
proof,
driftless, dude, and I took a sip,
Kelsey on the bottle.
I didn't
And
want
you
to
guys
say it
got
was
to
like
agree.
Taro suggesting, but I was like, holy
Yeah.
crap, this reminds me of that now.
What are you drinking there, Jeff?
I'm gonna get into a Sagamore next.
Is that the VDN?
No, it's.
Yep.
Is it
I think that was Jason's.
Jason's? Okay.
does driftless? They do theirs in smaller barrels, right?
Sometimes.
Those are, I think they're back to 53s.
Yeah, they
Okay.
went back. Originally, like all their earlier stuff was the smaller barrels, and then they went to the larger barrels, from my understanding.
Yeah.
That particular one was a 53 barrel.
Mm-hmm. Well, why don't you guys head into number 4?
All
I'm
right.
nosing that now, and that's
All right, we're gonna give you 10 more minutes, guys, on super chats while we're tasting number 4. So make sure you guys.
Is this rye
beautiful. Too? So I mean, it seems like the theme here is rise.
I'm nosing and thinking rye as I'm reading that comment, and it made me laugh.
But Jason, I love you.
Sorry, Jason. I think the order of the flight messed
when
up.
When my wife and I are in a fight, I'm always like, yeah, but I love you.
See, the good thing is Jason didn't make the whiskey.
That's right.
But this nose is nice. I haven't took a sip yet, though.
Yeah, that's a rye too, I think.
This is beautiful, whatever this is. I think this is my favorite of the.
Lots of vanilla on the mid palate.
Mm-hmm.
It does have a little bit of tannin note towards the end again.
Yep.
But everything is mid palate and further back. I don't get very much up front.
The like burn really hangs out. That rice spice hangs out on my mid palate heavy.
Mm-hmm.
This thing has some legs.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, Jay. What's interesting is I've tasted that by itself and liked it, but I think like in a flight like this, it was such a palate shock.
Yeah.
On first taste. I mean, it literally was like a lightning bolt to the palate. So
not a palate shock enough. You got all 18 points on it.
Well, there's some clues that clued me into certain things after I tasted it, but man, it was definitely a group effort there. Lance coming in on the spot on the proof.
All right, let's see how you can do on this last one here. Ooh, man, that was a good sip.
I just know I love it. That's I mean, it
like
is
a cola note coming off of the nose too now. To me, that's definitely my favorite.
We got some Driftless fans in here. I agree, Stu. I think I gave you most of these in that flight. I don't know. I think there's probably a few that I didn't give you.
That's my favorite too. That's fantastic.
It's
just super balanced. Like I think this is a high-aged rye as well.
I agree. The interesting thing though for me is like the more that I sip it, the more of a viscousness spreads out across your palate and envelops it a little bit more.
Yeah.
This is tricky too because it's so well balanced and the viscosity is so good that it tastes lower proof than the previous.
It does drink lower proof for me, but I think that's probably because it's maybe a lot higher aged. And
You're right.
Just
that's what makes it tricky.
Yeah.
My guess.
Well, we're at 8:48. Just a quick time check, everybody. We'll do super chats for 7 more minutes. We're going to have 4 winners in tonight's super chat giveaway. We're going to do a flight of Bardstown featuring the new collaborative series from the Amroot finished one. We have a flight featuring Barrels for Hope picks, though if you are in Barrels for Hope, just let me know if you win that. And Kelsey is doing Buzzard's Roost flight, and then Darrell is doing a weeded bourbon flight featuring bottles like Old Fitz 13.
Oh, now it's getting really rich, like chocolatey notes on it.
There's some definite chocolate going on in that.
So I think rye, right? But it's not triggering MGP 95.5 for me.
No.
Which I don't know what would be around that age.
That's what I'm trying to
MGP rye.
Right.
I don't know. To me, like it tastes more like I don't know. Pikesville has changed a lot over the years, but to me, it tastes more like one of those sweeter corn, like a higher corn-based rye than a high rye. If that makes sense.
It does have some citrusy notes in there, though.
That remind me of more of a Kentucky rye than a Indiana rye, but I could be off base there too.
I think it's my favorite nose and palate.
Oh, I agree. I think this is the best all around.
Because what was B was the higher age one we thought too, but straight 95.5. Yeah, that's so much brighter than this.
The reason I think that it's more like a barely legal rye or a 51 between low 50s
Cheers,
rye
buddy.
would be I typically do not like real rye forward ryes, and I love this. So
Oh God, freaking Celtics.
I could be wrong, but
What'd you say?
Dallas is going to win
right now?
What you're talking about?
I expect them to win this game, but they're not winning a series. I'll tell you that.
The Celtics aren't winning the series?
No, Celtics are, but Dallas is. I'm expecting them to win this game at home. Down 2-0, they're gonna freaking play balls to the wall, and they just need. If Luka could play some defense, maybe they'll have a better shot at winning.
Jason's trying to get your attention.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't know if I can play it. Let's see if I can get it up here.
Oh no!
Uh-oh, wait.
Oh, come on.
I gotta solo him because I know I got that video. Well, you gotta back it up just a little bit.
You gotta get it focused.
There you go.
You just hear me dying as I'm recording.
What was that?
That was the smoke wagon rye incident.
Play it one more time and flip your phone
All right.
sideways.
But like his frown Lance, looks like those clowns that kind of like went completely upside down. Like look at watch the tip and watch his frown. Look at this.
That needs to be on a shirt, guys.
And Katie's like, wait, what's happening? Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
We actually do need to make a shirt with that face, dude.
That's what a Major Zero looks like when he's drinking a rye too, from based on Monday.
Dude, he called it out immediately.
Oh gosh.
Yep, Kraken.
Right, so...
Kraken's in there. That's a new name. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Thank you. Oh man.
Welcome.
So you guys thinking what? 10? How old are you thinking this one?
I put 12, but I don't know. I can't.
The whack was definitely toasted.
Yeah, I was finished. I was in a finished barrel.
I'm right around that 11, 12. I just haven't seen many ryes that were honestly over 11 years old.
Yeah, that's true.
I just got like a weird finish note on that though. What the heck was that? It was like a wine finish.
Well, this one stumped me as far as like what it could be. I definitely like it better than any of the other three, but I'm going to say it drinks like 110 to 113, 14. I don't think it's very high proof.
I had 115 written down.
Yeah, I could go with that.
But what are you thinking, Darrell?
I'm probably right around that. Maybe like a point or two higher, but 115's good. That's coming across finish to me.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm getting a wine finish. I don't know what type of wine finish. Like it's not porty, or is it porty?
I'm going to trust you on the palate on this one.
Darrell, I could definitely see what you're saying as far as it coming through as porty.
It's like not like so like your white port has like a nice influence of that port, and it's not that, but it's similar to that. Like right at the tail end of the palate, it's not really up front or even on the mid, but like after you swallow and it sits for about a couple seconds, I get like a finish vibe, which makes me think like I get wine finish. Like I don't think it's anything outside of that. It may not even be finished, but
the more that it sits, the more I can see where you're going with that. Katie Turk, you're in trouble. You're in trouble, young lady.
Katie, they like what I put in the flight so far.
I'm going to pour the rest of that, but I'm going to take another sip. Yeah, that just, my radar went off on that. It's usually pretty solid on finishes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I trust you on the finish part because you pick up on that so much better than I do, or Jeff for that fact.
Well, what are we thinking on type?
I still think it's rye.
Yeah, I still think it's a rye. It does remind me a little bit of some of the finished Starlight Rise, but this is darker than those, so I don't think it's Starlight.
Yeah, this just tastes way too good.
Yeah,
for it to be.
Well, it's got so much more age on it than Starlight, right?
Yeah, some of those like the Starlight finished in Tokai and some of those white wines, I can see where Durell's coming from. It has that really sweet, sweet notes on the end to it.
This if it's not high age, I think I don't want to say I'm pretty certain it's finished, but I really think it is. And I don't know if that's playing into the age to balance it out a bit. I think it's high age, but if it's not, I think it's due to maybe the potential finish.
The finishing.
Kind of like smooth it out. But I'm still good at, what were we thinking, like 10 years, 11 years?
Yeah, let's go 10.
I'd go 10.
Yeah. So 10 years.
And we're probably still high, but
115 proof, we thought,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We think rye. I can even see it potentially being like a bourbon, but I think more rye than bourbon, to be honest.
Kentucky. You guys thinking Kentucky for the rye, or are you thinking somewhere else?
Man, who knows?
If it's rye, like I don't know of a Kentucky rye that's that old. So I would go with Indiana. We can hedge, I guess, and go Kentucky, but if we're thinking rye at that age, it's Indiana. There's nothing from Kentucky.
Yeah, I would
What do
say
you mean there's
Indiana.
nothing from Kentucky that's
At that
10
age?
years old?
Rye?
He just poured a Knob
I
Creek
just
10.
did the Knob Creek 10.
But that's 100 proof. Or 90 proof. Like at
all the
Castrol or
Buffalo
whatever this is.
Trace Antique is going to be old rise. I mean, you act like Heaven Hill doesn't release
No, it's
old
not.
rise. I'm confused.
The Thomas Handy's like 6 years old.
It's old.
I think it's a Sagamore.
Yeah, he's just throwing bottles.
Stop.
It could be this. Oh wait,
The
it
only
could be
thing
this.
that's
And none of these are
I
rye.
just think it's crazy that he's like nothing in Kentucky could be that old. Like, what are you talking about? This?
What's over 10 years old rye in Kentucky?
All right, we're getting sidetracked.
Wasn't the Parker's a rye 10 year?
I will.
You gave me a sample of that one.
I will say this reminds me of the a little bit of the Ezra Brooks 7-year rye, but I think this is darker than that. So
what is a 7? Wait, the cash strength, like 7?
Yeah, you gave me a sample of that too, Duro.
I did.
It was not this good.
Yeah, no, that's not
this
this.
good.
I don't know. We can. What do we want? Kentucky to cover or India? Like,
just stick with what you're thinking. Let's go.
Indiana.
Indiana.
He's trying to throw us off.
Luckily, we bottle shotted that last one, so Jeff screwed.
I think if Jeff scores all the points on this, he still loses.
I'm going down
I have no
hard.
fucking clue.
Yeah, I don't know distillery, dude. Like, this is, I like it, whatever it is. Actually, I love it, but it doesn't remind me of 95.5, but it tastes old to make me think it's freaking MGP. But
I would guess MGP, but
I'm good with that. I don't have a bottle guess though. We could just throw something out there.
Yeah. See, chat's on my side on this one. Thank you, Joe.
Old Overholt 10.
I think it's
I had that, and I don't remember that being this good.
No, I don't either. I'm just thinking they're giving us examples of 10-year rise from Kentucky.
That Old Overholt 10 has a pretty strong cherry note too that I did not get in this. So
Old Overholt's what, Beam though, right?
Yeah, that bottle.
Beam's the only place that has this stuff. Like the Bookers they put out, freaking they got the knob, but outside of them, Heaven Hill, they put a 10-year Parkers. Maybe they got.
You're right. I still think that it's a Kentucky.
I mean, there's some. Well, I guess there's Wild Turkey ryes that are higher age, but I don't think they're this proof. So.
We need to wrap it up anyway.
Yep.
So
I need a final guess on finished and state.
Not finished.
Bottle. Not finished?
Yeah,
I thought it was.
I thought we were going finished.
Oh, finished. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
All right.
Finished.
There we go.
Are we doing Indiana or Kentucky?
What do you guys think?
Indiana.
I think we stick with what we have.
Indiana,
yeah.
Okay. So distillery, MGP, and bottle. I don't have a bottle guess.
I don't either. I don't have a clue.
Yeah,
I just know it's delicious.
We'll keep it blank.
Then I'm going to pour some more of it.
So I can sip it after I know what it is.
All right, so plus 11
And
minus
we got 11 points on that.
Yeah, you got 11 points on that
Wow.
one. So
So we actually did pretty good.
you scored a total of 45 points, and you
Damn.
only left 15 on the floor.
That's actually not bad, dude. That's like less than 4 points
Yeah.
per sample we left on the table.
Ouch! I got blasted on that one. Well, let's do the super chat wheel here. Let me turn
Yeah,
off the
let's
screen.
do it.
Holy
So
crap,
we're
that was
do-
pretty good.
4 winners tonight, everybody. Everybody, why don't you keep some conversation going? I like to do a quick double check just to make sure.
Sure.
I got
Lance, let's talk about Barrels of Hope while he's doing that.
Yeah.
Tell everybody what it is. Know that there's a waiting list, but go ahead and tell everybody what it is and what you guys do.
Yeah, so I mean, if you guys haven't heard, Barrels for Hope, myself and Josh Gull with Stuff and Whiskey, and Dusty Dan with Dusty Dan's, and a guy named Joe Carter started a charity organization last year. For those that don't know, like 3 years ago, my wife had breast cancer, and the wonderful people at Shelf Turds, David and Kira, called me and said, "Hey, we want to do a fundraiser for you guys." And so we kind of reluctantly agreed. We felt bad about doing it, but they said a lot of people wanted to help us, so we did. And the Whiskey Tube community, being what it is, raised $12,000 to help with all kinds of things, medical bills, and then at that time I owned a gym, so I was any time off of work, I was losing pay, and I was taking my wife to 1 million doctor's appointments and physical therapy and all this stuff. So it really just touched my heart, as Stuff and Whiskey knows, as Darrell knows. You guys in the Whiskey Tube community are amazing. And I told David and Kira, I didn't know how, but at some point I was going to pay that forward, figure out something I could do for the Whiskey Tube community. After my wife finished her treatment and she got the all clear, I called Josh. I asked Josh, this was near Christmas. I said, "Hey, you have a call for like a 10-minute call?" And so we got on the phone and started spitballing ideas and turned this, barrel pick club idea into a charity organization, and called my buddy Narav, who owns A1 Liquors in Effingham, Illinois, and said, "Hey, I have an idea. I don't know if you're on board with it." And he, said, "What do you need?" And I said, "Well, we need 6 barrels a year." And he said, "You got it. I'll sell them to you at cost." And so then we needed somebody who knew how to run a charity organization. That's where Joe Carter stepped in, because none of this is possible without Narav and A1, and without Joe Carter and Josh, because Josh just knows a ton of amazing people. And it was off and running, man. We grew this charity organization. We sold out all our memberships in a couple weeks. And then it was just figuring out the logistical nightmare of picking barrels, shipping barrels ourselves, collecting dues, doing all those kinds of things. So we developed a board, and we got our 501c3 status. And it's just been amazing. It's been a lot of work. We've had a lot of, constructive arguments behind the scenes, but luckily we all love each other, and it's worked out, and we're surrounded by just amazing people that support the organization. And so the 4 founders, myself, Dan, Josh, and Dusty, we decided to have 4 pillars that we would donate to every year. One being cancer, one being children, one being military, and the other being mental health. So every year we try to raise $40,000, and $10,000 goes to each of those pillars. Also, every year we have a committee that helps us decide where the money's going. So we decided the first year, and the subsequent years, our members have a say in where the money goes. So we'll see how it grows. We can't really do more than 6 picks a year. We do more than 6 picks a year. We've done probably, what we do, 7 or 8 the first year.
You did a good amount, man. I got obviously pretty much.
I think it was 7 the first year.
Yeah. We'll see where it goes. I mean, we have a lot of big ideas. I don't know if we can make those happen or not. Even if it stays exactly where it is, I'm super excited to be able to donate to charity every year, $40,000. And be surrounded by amazing people who just, get to share our love of whiskey, and then all the proceeds go to charity. We're non-paid board members. We don't get anything. Even though our memberships are sold out of the $65 tier, we do have $5 tier openings. And so you can join for $5 a month. And a lot of our barrel picks, after we send the picks to our members, because it's included in their membership, we do sell the additional bottles to those $5 members. And all the proceeds go back to charity. So again, a huge thank you to Narav and A1 for being gracious enough to give up all that income he could make, but lets us donate to charity.
Awesome. So like I said, guys, there's the website to go to. You can find out more about that. Make sure you guys copy that, paste that into your browser for later to look at. Lance, thanks so much for all you guys do.
Thank you, guys.
We're excited to have had you and enjoyed it tonight. Jeff, you got your stuff all done?
All ready to go. Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Lance, how many times should I hit the randomize button?
Say 0.
Let's go 3.
Yes.
It's random already.
All the names are together, man. I gotta hit it 2 times.
99.
Here we go.
Congratulations.
This one is we'll go around. I'll do the Bardstown first here. So, all right, there we go.
Oh, it is
Mark B.
Mark B.
Oh my gosh.
As I'm
I'm telling
saying
you,
it.
dude, that guy wins more than anybody I've ever seen.
You guys made a
You're
deal with the
getting-
devil.
Oh,
You're
my
getting
goodness.
the Bardstown flight here. And then next up will be the Barrels for Hope flight. If the winner of this is in Barrels for Hope already, just let me know. I'll set you up with some other samples. But I'll give you some of my favorite picks that they've done, probably the 4 this year.
This is Barrels of Hope, Barrels for Hope. I always want to say Barrels of Hope, but it's Barrels for Hope.
Yeah, we actually had that conversation when we came up with the name.
All right, Mark Emmerich.
It's the night of Marks.
It is.
Nice, Mark.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, Mark. Congratulations.
Mark's a local guy to me.
Michigan.
Yeah.
No, actually,
So-
Michigan, right?
Actually,
I'll
no,
go-
Mark's in Illinois.
Illinois.
Mark's
He's
also
Illinois.
Barrels for Hope member.
I think he might be a Barrels for Hope member. Tell you what, Mark, I'll set you up with another flight. Is he a Barrels for Hope member, Mark Lance?
Yeah.
I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
He comes and
I'll
helps
pick-
on a lot of the packing parties we have.
Perfect.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Mark,
Yeah.
I'll hook you up for something since you got those bottles, and I'll just spin it again. We'll give that Barrels for Hope.
What's up, Mr. Benson?
somebody.
Cheers to you, Blake.
So we'll get a couple winners in here.
Who's
All
that?
right, Chill Will, you get the Barrels for Hope flight.
Shit.
All
Will.
right, so we got 3 winners so far.
Oop, shoot. Sorry.
So now let's move on to Kelsey's flight, which is the Buzzard's Roost. Good luck, everybody.
Uncorked.
Uncorked.
Okay.
Cheers, man.
Haven't
Congrats
popped up
on
in a
that,
bit.
buddy.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing you again in August here. I'm sure you'll be there. All right, last one. This one is for Darrell's Weeded Bourbon Flight featuring the Old Fitz 13.
Who is it?
All right, Walker.
Nice.
Nice.
Cheers.
Nice.
Congrats, buddy. Thank you so much for that big super chat today. That was awesome. Congrats, buddy.
Put that in here.
And then Walker, I will need your contact information. Hello again, whiskeyfriends@gmail.com. Let us know how to reach you.
And I'll get that out to you, buddy. Oh man, that was fun.
Epic flight too.
Kind of want to know what these bottles are now.
Yeah.
5 winners there.
I also need to know, Jeff, if we broke a record, not because of me, but just so I can brag about it later. That's all
It
I'm
was
saying.
because-
Brag. I got to go back to the Marty flight and see
I don't think
how
he
you
scored
did
It's pretty
compared to that
close.
one.
It's
45
pretty
points.
close.
I think it is pretty close.
But
The
my-
Marty flight, though,
I
man, you
think
guys
my
got like
rank C.
it was a good one, but this might be a new record, Lance. I think this is a new
D.
record. All right.
B,
So, yeah, what's the
C, A.
order of your favorites here? You guys know what C is, which is the
I got
darkest.
DBCA for me.
I'm
Favorite.
in the same boat with Darrell.
I have D, B,
AC.
AC.
Yeah.
Kelsey?
Same as
Same boat as
Darrell.
Darrell?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So A and C flip-flopping in the last two bottles, but D is the unequivocal winner here, followed by B. Okay.
Yeah.
I was actually very interested to see how B could do in a blind flight. That
Was A a rye?
the premise. Yes, it was. It was an
It
all
was.
rye flight.
I assumed that when the other three that I thought were ryes, but it didn't.
Mhm.
It
It
didn't,
didn't
rub
come
me the
across
rye
as a
way.
rye to me.
I didn't
either.
think this was a rye.
So C was the Driftless Glen
Driftless we
rye.
knew. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it just hit you guys wrong in this combination, which is interesting.
I think so
But-
too.
A was the oh yeah, the Driftless. Yeah.
A you guys actually thought was a bourbon. You thought it was finished as well. I'm not too surprised on that, given the profile. But this is
Oh,
a
Wait,
Peerless.
is that one of the ones that we got, Jeff?
Yes, it's the Sangria.
Oh shit.
That was a good one. That was such a good rye, though.
I got the other one, the other single barrel rye they did. I forgot the name of it. I didn't buy that one. And that's
So
Kentucky.
the
we
general
got-
theme of this flight was all ryes and all ryes with different fruit flavors. That was the inspiration behind it.
what's the
Interesting.
proof on that rye?
111. You guys
Oh,
guessed
yeah.
112.
Okay.
So B, this is the one I was curious how it could hold up in a blind flight. A bottle I love and a bottle that is now gone. So this was the bottle
Oh,
kill of it.
the double, or what? Not the double.
The double.
That is it.
oh,
The Whiskey War double. You guys thought this was a 10-year MGP. It is a Boo Rye. So it's MGP rye blended with MGP bourbon, but then finished in a new oak barrel twice.
Dude, we
So
were
the
Well, we
double
got half
part
of
was
the answer
throwing me
right.
off.
We get half of the points.
So
yeah.
I gave you the points for the rye.
Okay.
That
Dude,
bottle
you were-
is really good. Jeff, you brought that to the dark arts pick, but I didn't have a chance to try it in the hotel.
I know, because I didn't bring my bag with me when we went to the other hotel.
Dude, we missed proof by only 1 proof points on both of those.
Oh my gosh, you guys rocked proof.
That was 116. We said 115. The first one was 111. We said 112.
Yep.
And
And we nailed
Kelsey-
C.
on your favorite, I'm a total dumbass because I totally thought I grabbed the Driftless there, but I did grab D. It's Sagamore VDN.
Wait, D's the Sagamore VDN?
Kelsey was the only one that caught it, but I grabbed a bottle and I had it right here. And then Kelsey's like, "What are you looking at, Jeff?" I was like,
I could see the shit look on his face. Too.
No, I seen you pull the trifecta, and I was like, "Oh, that's the VDN." But I just thought you were pouring like a
Oh,
bottle
man.
for you to drink.
Yeah, it's really good.
What's the
"No,
age
that
on
was
that?
that was D. I grabbed the wrong bottle. I thought I had the Driftless in my hand until Kelsey called me up."
Wait, is that Bravo or Delta? Sorry,
Delta.
Delta. Okay,
Delta.
D.
So this was your favorite of the night.
Man, that
So-
bottle is awesome. How old is that?
This one's non-age stated, so
Okay.
I didn't get.
Jay
any
would probably
points there.
know, but
I'd
VDN is not.
imagine-
Is VDN wine? I
5
got
or 6.
wine. I don't know if it's wine.
Uh,
though.
It's like orange.
VDN's like an orange liqueur.
Is it
isn't
like
yeah.
a liqueur? Okay.
But
that's
you
what it
picked
was,
Terrell.
like-
Nice job, man. You picked up the finishing on that.
It was literally towards the tail end, man. Like it's not really on the front of the mid for me, but right at the like I said, right at the end. But that's actually surprised because I have that bottle and I haven't went to it much, but it drinks well above whatever age it's probably 4 to 5 years, I would imagine, from them. But
Yeah.
holy crap. What's the proof, Jeff?
This one's 112.
112.
Now,
Okay, we're at
somebody
115.
called 112 at one point, and then you guys moved up to 115. I think it was Kelsey.
It was
Was
Kelsey.
dead
yeah.
on. This was probably the most impressive proof guessing that I've seen in this game so far, though. You guys were just locked on.
It's Indiana, right? From them?
And then, pretty sure it's Indiana. They got the
Yeah.
sticker on
It's-
there to. It's got to be.
both.
Though,
I
based on
think
the-
it's, if I remember what Jay was saying, I think it's both. It's Indiana and Maryland.
It could be.
It's their
Oh,
own stuff
shit, okay.
and Indiana.
Either way. If it's Indiana in the blend, you guys get it. So you're good. There.
Nice.
Yeah, congrats, guys.
Nice.
That was impressive there. I am
Nice job,
surprised
boys.
of all of them that the Peerless came off as a bourbon initially. I think that was the one thing that surprised me amongst all your guesses. But otherwise, you were locked in.
It is what it is, man. It was
Yeah, I
fun.
mean,
And we did pretty good on that, man. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Where's my...
So thanks to Kelsey and Lance, inflate Darrell now so the fall.
Darrell, you're locked in, buddy. You're ready to go, man.
Dude, I'm ready. I told you, but like we're challenging this guy right on my birthday, man. So like, come on. I can't lose on my birthday.
Does this start Friday?
Excuse me.
Does this start Friday?
So,
I'm sorry?
Does Matt Madness start Friday?
Matt Madness does start Friday. Yes.
Oh, it does. Shit. We're speaking of Dusty Dan's finals, though, which would be next Monday.
Yep. We're in all types of tournaments here.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Can't get enough of them.
Oh man. I know I'm gonna get Dana real mad at me when there's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
You did this to yourself, bro. I can't have any sympathy for you.
You do it to yourself, just you. That's why
Well, there's 36 people left in here, guys. We ran a little bit long tonight, but thank you guys so much for all your support. And thanks to Lance for coming on tonight and having fun with us.
Thanks for having me.
Said, make sure you guys check out Whiskey Tornado. If you hadn't already, go over and sub. And also Barrels for Hope. Make sure you guys check that out as well. Lance, tell them when you stream and where they can find you.
Basically, you search Whiskey Tornado, you'll find me. I stream Thursday nights. I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow, but I've been doing pretty good on regular streams. But Thursday nights around 8:30 Central Standard Time is when I usually go live. It's usually when everything in the house is calmed down and I can have some fun. And then if I get into the weeds too far, I only have to survive Friday at work. But I usually keep it pretty low profile. So yeah, Thursday nights 8:30 Central Standard Time is usually when I live stream.
Awesome.
The
Whiskey Saint, the winner of all competitions so far.
No,
just
I haven't
one.
won anything.
Just one. One's again. That's the
Hey,
only belt he gets all
future.
year. That's the only one. That's the only one.
Darrell, where they can find you, buddy.
Guys, literally every Wednesday here. Hello again, Whiskey Friends on IG, the Whiskey Saint. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Just continue to follow us on here, man. We have fun every week. Try to bring in new people just to keep it fun and refreshing in a sense, right? You got 3 different perspectives, bringing on somebody, collaborations, blind battles. It's all for fun. But no, we have a blast doing it, and we love having all of you here following us doing it.
It's all for fun, except in 10 days for the Dusty Dan Finals on Darrell's birthday, where the nerdy boys take it all.
There you go. There you go. Oh, goodness.
I'm ready.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. We'll see you next week.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Jeff, just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you